Hey guys, what's good? I'm Lonely Contrast. Welcome to the channel where I'll be discussing the latest in the sci-fi and horror genre. The Spawn reboot is on its way with a few tiny details that might make this modern version a horror classic. With years gone by, it looks like we're finally getting a Trick or Treat Part 2. And it looks like we might be getting a sequel to the 2022 Christmas action comedy Violent Night. But before I begin, I have a huge favor and it will only take a moment of your time. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe by tapping the notification bell. With your support, I'm able to deliver more content, and this way you guys will never miss a video. Let's continue. There has been talks for years about a Spawn reboot, but it looked like it was never gonna happen. We had the 1997 film, which I still believe to be a classic to this day in my eyes. And then we had somewhat the animation movie titled Spawn 2, which was considered a sequel. But now we know that the reboot is happening and Jamie Foxx will be playing the main role of Al Simmons, aka Spawn. Of course, this movie is coming from Blumhouse Productions and will be more darker than the previous film. During a press line for Blumhouse at the 2023 New York Comic Con, Jason Blum teased that the Spawn movie is currently in development at his production camp, meaning that the movie will officially be coming in theaters either early or late 2025. And this is what the maestro had to say about the Spawn reboot. It's gonna be edgy and original as compared to the other superhero movies. It's gonna definitely feel like a Blumhouse version of a superhero movie. Blumhouse is infamous and responsible for a lot of great horror movies, including original classics and remakes. Todd McFarlane will make his directorial debut with the Spawn reboot, which will only make sense since he created the character a long time ago. On October 2022, Scott Silver, Malcolm Spellman, and Matthew Mixon were hired to rewrite and polish McFarlane's screenplay. This movie is already starting to sound like it's going to be a horror classic, and honestly, I am definitely going to pregame before the movie. A little bit of Narragansett, and this is how I'm going to be.
Ya saben cómo me pongo, ¿pa' qué me invitan?
On October of last year, it was revealed by writer and director Michael Dougherty of the newest cult classic Trick or Treat that a sequel was already in active development. On October 2023, several drafts were already completed. I'm just getting goosebumps just by thinking about it because every Halloween since this movie was released, I always pop it in the fucking DVD. Yes, DVD. Back then, we did DVD and DVDs and, DVDs. And now we stream it. This is what Michael Dougherty had to say in an interview. I mean, I love all of our favorite horror franchise characters as much as any of us, but not all of them are great. And I know we've grown to love even the lesser chapters of our favorite horror series. There's always achieved values to them. But if I'm gonna do a sequel, I want it to be as good, but if not better than the original. And good things take time. The last thing I would want is to see a Trick or Treat Part 9, Sam Goes to Space, although that does have potential, I would say. So there is a sequel on the way, but it will take time eventually, and I can't wait, honestly. On January of this year, it was confirmed that a sequel was already in the works of the 2022 action supernatural comedy Violent Night, which pinned a disgruntled Santa Claus against a group of missionaries. David Harbour, who played the kick-ass Santa Claus, mentioned that Mrs. Claus will appear in the sequel and expressed interest in seeing Charlize Theron in the role. There also have been talks that the sequel would indeed involve Mrs. Claus, the North Pole, and would include Santa's elves. That would be fucking interesting. I think having a continuation to this film and expanding a universe would kind of be badass, but it would have to be done the right way because you know how Hollywood likes to cash in on the sequels and universes until they get played out. Are you guys excited for the Spawn reboot, and how impatient are you for the follow-up to Trick or Treat? And do you see a Violent Night 2 opening up a massive holiday movie verse where we see beings like the Tooth Fairy and Easter Bunny becoming badass? Please leave your thoughts in the comments and tell me which project you're most excited for. You can also find me on Instagram if you want to know the voice behind the screen. If you enjoyed this video, please tap that like and share. Don't forget to leave a comment. As always, thank you for watching and please be safe.